Okay, let's start with a big question. Where do your beliefs actually come from? I mean, the big ones, the small ones, the ones that pretty much guide how you see the world. And let's be honest, are you sure they're really yours? Or are they just things you've kind of picked up along the way? Well, today, we're going to dig into a really powerful, ancient way to figure that out.
And we're going to start with the man himself, Socrates. Now, he had this amazing way of looking at things. He famously said he wasn't a teacher, someone who just pours knowledge into empty heads. No, he saw himself as an intellectual midwife. His job, as he saw it, was not to give you ideas, but to help you give birth to your very own.
A midwife of ideas. I love that phrase. So what does that actually mean? This whole metaphor, as you're about to see, is really the key to a whole new way of thinking and honestly, having much better conversations. So here's the core idea in a nutshell. A Socratic midwife is someone who, through really insightful questions, helps you deliver your own understanding. They're not there to give you the answers. It's all about guided self-discovery, helping you get to your own clear conclusions from beliefs you might not have ever really looked at before. The whole point is discovery, not dictation. Big difference. Okay, so why bother, right? Why go through all this trouble of questioning everything? Well, it's because we all need a good way to challenge our own assumptions. The very foundation of how we see everything. Think about it. We pick these assumptions up from everywhere, don't we? From our family, from our culture, from that fire hose of information we're blasted with every single day. These are what we call unexamined assumptions. They feel right, they seem true, but we've never really put them under a microscope to see if they actually hold up. And that's a problem, because if they're the foundation of our thinking, it could be a really shaky foundation. And that leads to the big what if, right? What if those beliefs we hold so dear aren't nearly as solid as we think they are? Just take a second. Think of something you really believe. What if, with just a little bit of questioning, it started to crumble? It's kind of a scary thought, for sure, but it's also the absolute best place to start if you want to build a stronger, more authentic way of seeing the world.
So how does this whole intellectual midwife thing actually work in practice? Well, it all comes down to the art of questioning. And this isn't just about asking random questions. Oh no, it's a very structured, very purposeful process.
Okay, let's break it down. There are basically 4 steps here. First up, you identify a core belief. Simple enough. Step 2, you start probing the logic behind it, asking why over and over to really get to the foundation. Then, step 3, and this is the crucial part, you challenge it. You actively look for holes, for counterexamples. It's like a stress test for your idea. And finally, and this is so important, the goal isn't to just tear the idea down. It's to refine it, to build it back up into something stronger, something more accurate.
And I really want to emphasize this next point because it's so important. This is not about winning an argument. The Socratic method is not a weapon to use in a debate. The goal is never ever to trip someone up or make them look bad. It's the opposite. It's a shared journey. It's about 2 people working together to get just a little bit closer to what's true, to find some real clarity.
All right, so you go through all this work. What's the payoff? What happens at the end of this journey? Well, when the midwife's job is done, you're left with something amazing. You actually give birth to truth.
Just look at this comparison here. It really lays it all out. On one side, you have that unexamined assumption. It's passive, it's vague, it's brittle. It shatters the second you challenge it. But on the other side, after you've done the work, you have a robust understanding. It's something you actively discovered. It's clear, it's flexible, and it's strong because it's been tested. You literally earned this belief.
And that's the real goal here, to deliver a robust understanding. That phrase is so much more than just knowing a fact. It's an idea that you get from the inside out because you helped create it. There is just this incredible sense of ownership and power that comes from knowing why you believe what you believe.
All right, this is all great in theory, right? But how do you actually put it into practice? Well, let's open up your Socratic toolkit. We've got some practical tools you can start using, like right now.
Here are 5 super simple but seriously powerful questions to get you started. Why do I believe this? What's the real origin story here? What's the evidence for and against this? What are the underlying assumptions I'm making? That's a huge one. Can I think of a situation where this isn't true? And maybe my favorite, how could I explain this clearly to someone else? Because hey, if you can't do that, you might not get it as well as you think you do. And you know what's so cool about this? It's a skill you can use in 2 ways. You can be a midwife for your own mind, asking yourself these questions to get clear on your own stuff, or you can do this with a friend, Not to argue, remember, but to help them have their own aha moment, their own breakthrough.
So that's the challenge I'm going to leave you with. This isn't just some dusty old philosophy. It's a real, practical tool for thinking more clearly, and you can start using it today. So take a good, honest look at what you believe. What's the one unexamined belief you're going to put to the test first?